Welcome to my class this evening. I'm glad that you're taking the time to look in on what we're going to be doing this year. So my philosophy, and pretty much like Marie Curie, is that particularly in these times, we have nothing to be afraid of if we only try to understand it. And I believe that science is at the core of our greater understanding. One of the courses that I will be teaching this year is our sheltered biology. This course is designed to meet the needs of our early English language learners. We will be covering the same traditional topics of the regular biology curriculum, but with the need for language development in mind. So we will be going at a slightly different pace, and hopefully this will help our English language learners not only increase their knowledge of English, but to get a good foundation in life science. The second course that I will be teaching this year is a course on the principles of physical science. Physical science embodies the basic concepts of both chemistry and physics. In our class, we will also be focusing on building the skills needed to pursue higher levels of science curriculum. So I did want to just briefly go over the various expectations and rules that your child will be working under while they're in this class. I do expect that when children are in the room, if I'm speaking, they are not. I know this is particularly difficult when students are at home. It's important that they're hearing all of the instructions that are being given out, that they're listening and being part of our class discussion in a productive way. With our new hybrid model, it's important to note that if a student signs in or arrives in class in the building more than 10 minutes after the class has started, they will be considered absent. Again, we want to stress being respectful and considerate to everyone in class. This is a very different situation for everyone, and we certainly don't want to compound it with bullying. Your student needs to be prepared every day, and that includes a fully charged Chromebook. They also must get familiar with using the Google Classroom and Kami. These are programs that will be used in multiple classes, and if they can get used to using them now, it'll make things much easier in the future. If they are struggling, there are many videos on YouTube which will help them learn how to use these programs. There is no eating or drinking in the classroom when your child comes into the school building, and so we want to keep that in mind. There is plenty of flexibility in the schedule for them to be eating outside of classroom time. Lavatory use is permitted. However, they are going to be limited to 2 trips in a marking period. If your child needs to visit the facilities more than that limit allows, please bring in that doctor's note and send it to the school nurse. Electronic devices, we do monitor these while your child is in school. If they're sitting in our classroom, they are not to be on their cell phone. They are to pay attention to what's happening in the room. It's more difficult for the children who are at home for the teacher to monitor this, and that's why we really hope that the parents will emphasize to their students that that is not what they're supposed to be doing while they are in class. The cell phone should be put away and not in use. If it's a problem, because I do see your children when they are in a Google Meet, and if I can see that they are in fact playing on their phone, I will be in touch with you and it will be reported to the administration. Many times as we're moving through this hybrid model, kids do have some struggles with getting work in on time and missing assignments. So there is a policy for that. If they miss something, they have a week to make it up following their absence, or if they just miss the deadline. It's their responsibility to figure out what work they've missed. If they're present on that day, they can hand it in a day late, even 2, but points will be deducted, and they need to understand that they are responsible for the work and that they are expected to be working and finishing assignments outside of their actual classroom time. The same would be true for tests. You have a limited amount of time in which to make up a test, and so please try to keep your child on track with their assignments. Probably the most important thing for your student is how they're being graded. The grading policy is standard across the science department. It is 60% on tests and projects, 30% on homework and classwork, and 10% on a benchmark exam. We are at this point unsure whether we will have benchmark exams this year given our current hybrid model. We do emphasize the importance of homework. It's designed to review and reinforce the information that your child has received that day. It also helps point out to them what they really did not understand and gives them an opportunity to come back to their teacher and ask those questions. They are expected to have a notebook. The style of notebook is completely up to them, and they can choose whatever they would like to use. We hope that you will also help us out here in terms of keeping them organized as we move through the year. One of the things that's different about this year is that teachers will no longer be able to provide materials to students while they are in class. It is therefore very important that your child comes to school with all of the materials that they will need. One of the things I'm going to suggest is that we use a 1-gallon Ziploc bag with their names on it and to put in the following list of items. This way, every day when they come to school, they have everything they need and it's organized and easy. It'll also help them when they have to do homework at night that everything will be together in their backpack. I'm sorry that we didn't get to meet, but if you have any questions regarding the class, please email me. My email address is here, and I look forward to having a great year.